the day scheduled, and he typically has some soreness in the knee the day after the game that subsides by the next game. And when we got here to San Antonio and throughout the day, the soreness today was still significant enough for us to hold him out.
When he initially had the soreness swelling, you guys expected there could be games like this and days like this?
Of course, with the heavy load that he's carrying for us this year, and we know that's always a possibility. I think that's why we continue to list him as questionable, to see how it's responding over the 48 hours between games. And this is just one of those days where like I said, it was significant enough to hold him out. We're hopeful that he'll play in Houston. Yes.
So you had to adjust a lot this year with injuries. I know.
Yeah.
Great adjustment for LeBron being out, but what's the most?
Yeah, well, it's going to be a challenge. Obviously, Dwight will have to be more of a factor, and then Melo and Stanley, with the way they play, Wendy's going to have to be available. And, obviously the scoring load is going to, have to be done by committee. No one player is going to have to try to pick up where he left off. Although I did tell Malik that he's got to score 56 tonight since Bron's out. He can try to have that mindset. And then I told him quickly that I was just kidding, because he will actually go out and try to do that. But it's just it's the next man up. But when it's someone like LeBron, it has to be done by committee. Right. Right. Yeah, well, one of the games, it might have been the last time we played without Bron and AD at 30 in the second half. 33 in the second half. Yeah, so I mean, he just we're not going to ask him to do that. We're just going to ask him to be aggressive and make the right reads. Maybe that means he has 18 assists tonight. Maybe it means he has this high scoring night. It's really just be aggressive and make the right reads. Entirely. Yeah, his health takes precedent over any matchup, any individual one game, for sure.
Seemingly struggled with that. How have you seen him kind of with what's been put in front of him? And I guess on a nightly basis, does it change a lot? I mean, everything.
No, look, he's not talking about his role changing every night. His rotation, whether we bring him out early and bring him back with the second unit, that has changed a couple of times this year, not very frequently. And it's just he's expressed that's not something he's not really comfortable with. He just would like to have the same rotation, throughout the year. So, there's challenges involved with that because there's, a similar substitution pattern with LeBron. And, trying to stagger those guys requires some adjustment, some flexibility. So, that's the area where he is expressing, concerns, in terms of his role changing. It's really about the rotation.
So it's not hey, tonight I'm going to do, you're the ball a lot tonight.
No.
Play off the ball.
No. Yeah, I mean, I think the simplest way to put it is he's gonna plan on being in unless his knee tells him otherwise. I don't know if we can really forecast any more clearly than that. Okay.